No.
Tube or
No.
tub.
Well, it was until I put it in.
Yeah, I've never. I don't know if I've seen Perry's. You said or Terry's.
Perry's with a P.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
It's
At
honestly.
least it's not coming to mind.
I think they're really good. I think Stewart's is super good, but I really love Perry's.
What about Ben and? Is it Ben and Jerry?
Ben and Jerry's isn't bad.
Is that the? What about the American, like all American?
Uh, there's Blue Bunny. I like Blue Bunny too.
See, I don't really pay attention to like what kind of ice cream I get. I just get ice cream because ice cream's good no matter what.
Hmm. I think some are
To me,
better
at
than
least.
others, and that's because they pretty much all of them have what is it? Is it xanthan gum? It's like this ingredient that makes it so it won't fully freeze, so it's still kind of like chewy.
Yeah.
And some of them use more or less. The ones that
Yeah.
use more are usually the soft ice creams. Like dig into and you're like, holy crap, it's soft and it's better
Man,
in a
it's so
freezer.
soft.
Yeah. That's because they have a ton of that.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down, baby.
So if you could create your own movie or show, what would you make?
Perfect. All right. So I remember that video I showed you that
Yeah.
I made like 12 years ago.
Oh yeah, where you had the Nerf guns and
Yeah,
you
the
were
Nerf
really
guns?
yeah, you were really young and you were shooting at zombies.
Yeah. So actually, me and my buddies, we were thinking of this was like probably like a couple years ago, but we were still in high school and we were writing a script for like another YouTube video to bring it back. Like we were gonna have it like the beginning scene, all right?
Mhm.
I don't know what we would call it, but the beginning scene, it starts off with like flashbacks of like the old video and me like dreaming, and then
Okay.
like and then it's my brother wakes me up and you see us have aged. So it's like, oh my god, it's a continuation of the old Nerf gun kill zombies.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there, my brother he wakes me. He's like, "You okay, brother?" I go, "Sorry, I was having conniptions." And like,
Conniptions.
like it's all these like stupid little lines, but like me and my coworkers, all right, I told them about it. I showed them the video, and they're like, "Dude, what if you got like budgeted from like Netflix? Like you were able to make a season? How would you do it?" And like I was like, "All right, hear me out. So the zombies were created, all right.
Okay.
We don't know how, but they only died in Nerf guns. So like the military with all their like cool weapons, they're like, "Oh my god, we can't kill them. Oh my god, guns don't work on them." And my brother and I, we come out, we save them, and they're like, "Why aren't real guns working?" I go, "Because it's Nerf or nothing." And they're like, start
Oh,
killing everyone.
that's so good. That's so. This
And
would
like,
be a comedy like show.
yeah, it's a comedy horror. Like
Okay.
think of The Walking Dead, but like it's Nerf, and like it's just none of it makes sense. You're just like, why do they die from only Nerf darts? And like everyone's just using Nerf darts, and nobody can kill each other because it's all Nerf guns. But you can kill the zombies with the Nerf guns and all that stuff. So like,
Okay.
it's that's the premise, and like we thought of a bunch of ideas to make it like kind of goofy, but like that's I would try to create that and be like a comedy like zombie show.
Yeah, I like.
That's what I would create.
I do like horror comedies because there's some really great ones like Tucker and Dale versus
Yeah,
Evil.
versus Evil.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It
so
is
funny.
really good.
And then you have
It is.
what's the other one? I like Knights of Badassdom.
Yeah.
That's
Is that the
such.
one where they LARP?
Yeah, that's the LARPing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Yeah, and
accidentally.
like an actual demon.
Yeah, they accidentally summon a succubus, and then they have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I loved the whole thing, and it's got
Yeah.
a crazy star-studded cast in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
they had
Peter
Peter
Dinklage.
Dinklage. They had
Yeah.
what is her name? I think Summer Glau is her name. I think that's her name.
I
She
think so.
played in like Serenity and Firefly. She played the
Okay,
crazy
yeah.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got both of them in there, and they've got other ones too that are kind of like lesser known. Like there's one dude from He plays in It's Always Sunny. He's in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the guy
search up
that
the
likes
cast
milk.
just.
And I'm surprised more people don't know about Knights of Badassdom. I understand it's kind of like out there because it's got that whole
Yeah.
LARPing section to it, or
Which
not
I
really
don't
section.
understand why people are so afraid of like LARP. Like it's really not that bad, especially right now. Like D&D is getting super popular and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So I don't understand why people are just so afraid of LARP. It's you know what? I'll
I
be
don't.
honest. I've tried it. I
Yeah.
didn't think it was that bad. Honestly, if people took it a little more serious, where they took like they had armor, they had good looking weapons
Okay.
and stuff, it'd be really cool.
Because when you say serious, my only issue with LARPing is when people will have like the little, like, I don't know
Pool
what's it called.
noodles.
No, like, to me that's
Uh,
fine. That makes sense to me because you don't want to hurt people, but you still want to like go as hard as you can, right? I get it
yeah,
that if you had nicer looking weapons, sure, but I think the armor thing of having like, even if it's lighter, it's not actual legit armor. I'm okay with that,
yeah,
whatever. I think just looking the part even more so, and then having the noodles wouldn't be an issue because it might
yeah,
take you a little bit out of it, but then you're still surrounded by this stuff.
yeah.
It's the spell stuff for me.
Ugh,
That's I
the
just
spells are gross.
I don't like it. I don't like the because you'll have like this bag of sand or something, right? It'll be like a bean bag,
Yeah,
and then you have it like with ribbons on it. And you're like fireball, and I'm like, ugh, ugh, I don't
yeah. I
like
mean,
that.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. So with spells, as long as it's not like fireball is all right with my like. Here's the thing. You gotta like people want to be ranged characters,
Hmm.
and you gotta get like a specific bow. You gotta get specific arrows with like the tips at the end, so you don't actually
Yeah.
hurt people.
Oh yeah.
But like the magic is kind of just like this easy way of doing that. I think it's cringy when people go fireball, fireball, fireball. But I understand why people like it. Now, if you're doing like invisibility and shit, it's just like
Oh,
okay,
you can't hit me.
okay,
I'm invisible.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm invisible. It's just like all right, that's no. It's got to be like Game of Thrones style, like fantasy
Hmm.
LARP, where it's like little magic. You got to like. So the LARP I was gonna go to, they had skill trees. So like your character was able to like go in certain trees and then get like specific things or like wield certain weapons, which is I think it's kind of lame. I think it should
Okay.
just be like you go in with what you have, and it's more about the role play and kind of like the setting because they do story things. Like they'll have like a demon has just showed up and now like what would your character do in this situation? And he's like trying to capture people and stuff
Okay.
like that. So like it seems really fun. It's just it can be cringy with
Hmm.
depending on like who's doing it because sometimes you get those guys who are just really cringy about it.
But that's the thing. I think just the weapons don't bother me at all. Just this other stuff. It's always kind of the magic part of it, the spells.
Yeah,
Where I know we're LARPing, but to me, if we're just gonna throw around stuff and say like fireball or freeze ray or something like that, I'm kind of like, I don't know. We're getting to the place of why don't we just do a tabletop game
yeah,
instead
I
of
get
just
you.
standing around throwing around these bean bags? Like it
Yeah,
wouldn't be that. It's not the worst thing, but it's
yeah.
just it crosses over that line for me of what I'm okay with.
See, I totally get you. I totally understand. Um, but you know what I think you'd like a little more. There's this LARP that I was told about from an old coworker.
Okay.
It's what's it called? It's like Destiny or something like that. I think Planet Dystopia or something like that.
Okay.
It's the setting is a post-apocalyptic world where humans have all like split off from each other. So humans are no longer a thing. You got subhumans, and like each one has like different abilities and like things you're able to do.
Okay.
They
So
take
is
it
it
really
like human
seriously.
variant kind of thing?
Yeah, think of like Fallout, how you have like ghouls and you have like those ghouls that are
Okay.
still human but they just are ugly looking.
Hmm.
And like you got normal humans that kind of came from the ground because they went to vaults and stuff. So it's kind of like that. And why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. Um, it's kind of like Yeah, kind of like Fallout, but more like a little bit fantasy. But
Okay.
you can have knives, you can have swords. There's no magic. Actually, there kind of is magic, but it's more like sciencey stuff. Where like
Okay.
you respawn, your character will respawn, and they made it like because this creature like recreates people after they die if they have a certain amount of something.
Okay.
So like your character can die, but if you farmed for these things or like you went and looked for them and you found them,
So
your character doesn't die.
is this like a big LARP thing, or is it just
Yeah,
like
it's
battles?
huge. It's like you it's in New Jersey, it's in New York, and it's in
Okay.
somewhere else. So like they do different events from all over the place, and it all like affects the worlds and their different towns and stuff.
Okay.
Which it sounds really fun. It's just there's a lot of rules. That's my thing. It's just like
Yeah.
when you gotta read a whole manual and you're just like,
It
why can't
kind
I
of
just shoot
bogs
people with Nerf
down the
guns?
fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for their guns, you just kind of like spray paint like Nerf guns and stuff. Or like if you were really into like arts and crafts, you could like take a Nerf gun and make it look different, and that's your gun.
Okay.
And like you shoot people with Nerf darts and stuff, which is it sounds really fun to me because like I like Nerf, and it's
It's
people
Nerf or
aren't gonna get
nothing.
hurt. It's Nerf or nothing. But it seems fun. I just never went because it's like 2 hour drive. I'm just like ugh,
Oh
once a
yeah.
month 2 hour drive does like I'd
If
if
you
I was to
could
do
get a
that every
group,
month it'd be something. Yeah, I'd need a group to all go together.
because that could be a fun one-off thing to just have your group of
Yeah, and if
buddies.
people like it, if people liked it and are like, yeah, I'd do this again, it'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, maybe like we'll go next month, and then maybe a couple months later you can go and blah blah blah. But you do have to pay for it. But if you play an NPC, you get it all for free. So it's just like
Okay.
NPC doesn't
How
sound too
much?
bad.
How much is it? The real
I think it's like
question.
30 bucks.
That's honestly, that's not bad
It's
for a
30 bucks. They
weekend.
give you a place to camp. I think they supply food.
Wait. Okay. So how many days does this go on? That's the real
I
question.
think it's Friday to Sunday.
That's dude. That sounds like fun.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds really
Yeah.
fun. It's just like maybe like if we can get a group, I'll message the coworker again, well the old
Okay.
coworker, and see like, hey, what do we have to do? Like I got a group who wants to try it and
I mean, I
all
won't
this.
be able to, right? Because I'm working
Dude,
Friday, Saturday, and
vacation,
Sunday.
vacation
I
time.
don't have vacation time.
All right, next year we'll do it. We'll do
Next
it.
year, we can plan for
We're
next year.
almost we're almost close to 2023. So
Yeah. And once that
so
happens, I
next year,
should get all my vacation so I
like
can just use it.
springtime, we're not sweating everything off during the summer, but we're not also freezing from winter.
But it might be really rainy.
That is true.
I've always wanted to go to the Ren Fair.
Oh, dude, Redford's
Never been.
amazing.
I know you
That's,
guys go almost every year, so it
dude,
makes me a little sad.
next year we'll make plans on invite you.
You say that. Well, I'll have vacation hopefully, so I could take like a day. I've just never been,
Yeah.
so I think a Ren Fair would be super fun. I've always liked the idea. Isn't there a place called Medieval Times, like a restaurant or something like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like you sit in this giant like arena and you watch people fight in a pit.
that? Hell yeah.
But I don't know how far that is. That'd be fun to do too.
Mhm.
Like just get a big group of people and like you gotta call like the like the bartenders and stuff. You gotta call them wenches. Like wench, give me a turkey leg
Oh,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
is it all like? Could I get chicken tenders? Like, do
I
you think
don't
they
know.
have that? Cause
Maybe they have like dragon chicken or something like that.
dragon
Like, dragon legs.
dragon tenders.
Yeah, dragon tenders.
I'd like that. Yeah. Cause I
Darren's
don't.
been there. We'll have to talk to him.
Oh, he has. So he would know how
Yeah.
far away and stuff it is.
Yeah.
I wonder how
Yes,
much
sir.
prep would have to go into getting there. Like, if you have to. I doubt you need a reservation.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I heard they have
But
jousting.
COVID's a thing.
Dude,
So.
would you
Whoa,
ever-
phone! You're going crazy.
ever go jousting? Like, if you had the opportunity?
Would I?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it sounds hard.
Because I mean, you have to be on a horse, right?
Yeah, I've never ridden a horse
Mm.
before.
We could just do it with shopping carts. Have you seen those
That'd
videos
be
of
fun.
people who do shopping cart jousting.
See, the thing is with jousting, especially like today's time, they use like what's it, balsa wood, where it's like really
Mm-hmm.
easy to break. So it's just like, oh, it hurt, but not too bad.
Are you saying you would rather have the olden days?
No, I want the new. I want the
Oh, okay. I was gonna.
because the olden days I'd have to wear armor, like actual armor. And
Well, I think you still have to wear something like
yeah,
armor.
but not like metal armor where you gotta
Yeah.
like actually get hit by like a wooden like rod. That would suck booty crack.
Have you seen the what is it? A Knight's Tale, the movie?
Yeah,
So
is that
good.
the one with the dude Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he like kisses another man because he goes, I have a message from the
Yeah.
princess. And
Yeah.
they go,
Yeah. It's so good.
it
It's
is
so
a good movie.
funny.
I like that movie.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein. I don't know. I just love the whole like build up, the jousting. I should rewatch that.
And they got some good actors in that movie.
Oh, they have great actors. Yeah.
They got that one dude from Firefly.
Mm-hmm. He's a leaf on a
Who's
wind.
like the
on a
pilot.
wind. Yeah.
I don't know the other ones. Heath
I
Ledger.
do not either. Actually, what's crazy with Heath Ledger is just his like acting range. His acting range is just crazy.
He's able to play the Joker and like
Mhm.
a normal dude.
A guy from the slums that becomes like a big shot, and then he ends
Yeah.
up playing the Joker, and I'm like, hold up, those are the same people? No way.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's a very handsome guy. Then I look at the Joker and I'm just like, oh my god, this guy played the Joker?
Dude,
What?
his Joker was legendary. I need to watch the new one though, with what is it, Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Yeah, that one's really good. That one's actually really good.
I've heard it's really good. I just have never gotten around to watching it because I'm.
The new Batman's good too.
Isn't that the one with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, that one's actually really good.
Is
he
it?
does a really good he does a really good like depressed, edgy Batman when he first became Batman. He's like, I am justice, and like he just beats
Does he-
everyone.
does
and
he
he
have,
almost kills people and stuff.
Does he have a Batman voice?
Yeah,
Okay. Is it bad? Is it good?
it just sounds like someone who's trying to be like intimidating and cool. Like
Okay.
think of someone like he's just started being Batman, so it's just like he's getting the hang of it
Yeah.
type of thing. So he's just like trying to be intimidating to like criminals all the time instead of just trying to be like this dude.
Where is she?
Who's trying to do good. He's just kind of like getting his anger and frustration out. It's really good.
Okay. I might have to check those out.
Do you watch the new Suicide Squad?
No. Oh, do you
That
mean
one's- That one's good too.
the one with like the new Suicide Squad? Because there was a Suicide
Yeah, with,
Squad
like, the
2,
weasel.
right?
Yeah. Well, it's called the Suicide Squad.
Oh, and the original
'Cause they-
one is just Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like it's in the same world, but like I don't know how it's kind of like a reset type of thing.
Okay. So they kind of just redid it.
Yeah, like I don't know how they did it because like you still got the Harley Quinn chick
Mm-hmm.
who's done the original, and they got Captain Boomerang, but like none
Okay.
of the other guys. So I don't know what really is going on.
I don't know. Is it still with Jared Leto's Joker?
No.
No. Okay.
Thank God.
Because I was gonna say,
So garbage.
like, I don't know who thought that it was a good idea.
That's how he laughed as a Joker, and it's just like that is so trash.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was the Penguin. Like when I first saw that trailer, and then like they're like, "Oh, who's that laughing at the end?" People like the Joker. I was like, I thought that was the Penguin.
I mean, I just didn't like the whole like, I guess, pretty boy Joker thing,
Ugh,
where he's trying to
Damaged.
be. Yeah, like, who does that?
it's so stupid.
And then he wasn't he the one that sent like bad
animals
dead
to people?
animals and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh my God, I need to get into the role, so I act all the time.
Yeah, that's method acting.
I'm gonna send you a dead rat." And it's just like, dude, I hate you.
I think
Stop.
method acting works really well. and he did a
for
really
certain
good
people.
job of. No, he really connected to this cringe factory of the Joker. Like he did
True.
really
He
well.
did a good job being cringy Joker. You're right. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what he wanted to portray. That's what he did.
Ugh, it's so garbage. And like you got the song "Purple Lamborghini," and it's like Joker's like, "Yeah, I'm in a Lamborghini. Look at me, Harley
I
Quinn.
do.
Yeah."
I like the song. I will say that.
It is a good song.
I just
It is a good
don't like
song, but it's
his
for the
Joker.
Joker. It's just garbage. It's like he's like pimp daddy Joker. It's
Yeah.
just like, no, this is garbage.
I
Why? Why is this a thing?
I don't think it's very fitting, even like in today's world.
No, it's
And I think that's
maybe
what they
in
were
like
going for.
2012,
Yeah.
but the movie came out in like 2018 or 16, somewhere around there.
I
It's
would
like they
look that
were,
up.
huh?
I would look it up, dude.
All right,
When you
I'll
said
look
it
it
might
up.
be good
I'll
for
look it up.
2012, I'm betting you anything. It's going to be closer to 2012 than 2018. 2015 or 2014?
2016. Told you.
Okay.
I said 2016 or 2018.
So it's a little like it's there, but yeah.
They were two behind. That's the thing. They were two behind on. If they came out with that movie a little sooner, people might have been like, okay,
Yeah.
it fits.
If I know anything
It fits
about
the
my
time.
high school, yeah, it probably would have fit.
Like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're a lot older than me, so it's like, so you got a little
I
bit more
graduated in
experience with that.
2012, so
Yeah, look at that. See, imagine if that came out your senior year.
Mhm.
People would probably get like matching tattoos with the Joker. Big damn it.
Oh god, yeah. If anybody did that, I would not want to associate with them. They're like,
Like,
I got it across my forehead to match the Joker.
yeah, the Joker, he's so cool.
He's the coolest. And I'm like, no, it's really not. Stop.
Stop, please.
Oh, it's like those people who will romanticize Harley Quinn and the Joker's relationship when it's the super, super toxic, controlling mess.
It's so bad. Like
So
the whole thing is
bad.
like, he just manipulated her because she was a therapist.
Yeah.
And then she fell into a vat of acid or something.
Well, I'm
Like
pretty sure
chemicals.
he made her, right? At least in some stories, like he made her go into it.
Oh,
Because-
is that? I thought she like fell into it trying to like help him.
Well,
God,
I
why am I
think
yawning?
certain storylines, but like because it's a multiverse, right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
at least in one or two of them, because I don't know anything. Somebody can correct me if they want, but I'm pretty sure he like pushes her in or like makes her do it because
or
he's
tricks
like,
her
you
or some
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would trick her because to me the thing about the Joker would be he would manipulate her into doing things that she doesn't want to do. So he
Yeah,
would be
okay.
sitting there being like, "But if you really love me,
True.
you'll do it."
Yeah. So stupid what they did in that movie. It's so garbage.
So I would say that is a bad remake. But
Yes.
if you could remake something, what
If
are
I
some
could
of the
remake
movies?
anything?
Yeah, like what, like a reboot,
Movies
a
or
remake?
games or just movies?
Let's go with just movies or shows right now. But like
Okay.
with those, what would you like to see be remade? Not necessarily you
Now-
remaking it, but what would you want
Now
to see?
what if
be
yeah, just like revamped.
Yeah.
Now, does it have to be like nonfiction?
No. What do you
So
mean
it
by
could be
that?
like an old so like documentaries or like
It doesn't
or,
have to be documentaries. No.
okay, so there's this show that I used to watch at Sci-Fi. It's called Destination Truth. I would
Okay.
love to see that come back again. Like I'd love to see that be remade. They do new things.
I
They
feel like
revisit some old things.
I feel like I've seen that show.
Dude, it's
who's
so
the
good.
star of it?
His name was Josh something. Josh Gates.
Okay. What was
And-
it about again?
So this is why I love it, and this is I think where my love for cryptids come in. But they would hunt ghosts, they would hunt Bigfoot, Yeti, sea monsters, they'd hunt like just about anything. UFOs, dude. Like if there were something going on recently and they found an article about it, they would go to that location and try to find things. Some of them they weren't that good. Some of them were really good. Like somebody got thrown in one of their videos.
Really?
Yeah. Or like tossed or something. And like, you know what? If it's fake, it's fake. If it's not, it's not. Like, it's just really interesting to watch. Like there's this. I don't remember what it's called, but somewhere there was this field, and in the middle of it is a giant circle that's like a perfect circle of just dead plants. Like nothing grows there. So they had one guy sit in the middle by himself with a camera, and there was a camera pointed at him, and then all of a sudden the camera and him go flying.
Really?
And they're like, dude, what just happened? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just got tossed or something. And like he's freaking out, and I think he cries because he's just like, what is going on? And they get him out of the circle, and it's real. It was really weird. It's a really good show though. They also went to like this doll island,
A
and like
doll?
one of the yeah, like dolls, like bunch of dolls tied to trees, and people don't know who's doing it.
Okay.
And
Did
like
they
the
set up
dolls
trail
would,
cams and stuff?
yeah, that's like, yeah, they would
Okay.
go into the jungles and stuff. They caught yeah, it's really interesting. I love it. I don't know where to find it, and because I want to rewatch it so bad. But
I mean, you might be able to get it like online somewhere, right? Like a box set of
yeah,
them. It's probably gonna be your best bet. I would
yeah.
like to see. Have you ever heard of No Reservations?
No, I've never heard of it.
Anthony Bourdain. He
Never
so
heard.
it's this guy, and what he would do is he would travel to these different areas, trying out different like just things in the area. Like you
Okay.
go to, let's say you went to Nepal or something, or to
Is it like an
France.
eating show?
It's kind of like an eating show, kind of like an event show. It's basically like, imagine if somebody took a travel blog and they like turned it into a vlog. So it's like a travel
Okay.
vlog kind of thing, but more with that journalistic approach to it. Because Anthony Bourdain, I believe, was a journalist. I'm not 100% certain, but he goes and it's like, I think it's really well done. He basically rates, not really rates, but kind of talks about the food, the events that are there, things you can do, cool little things, and stuff you might not know. Because he would just travel around and talk to people and
That sounds like a fun show. Kind of like
oh
River Monsters, but instead of looking for like the fish, it just looks for something interesting, right?
yeah, interesting stuff
You-
to do, interesting stuff to eat. He tried new things. He went different places. Like
That sounds fun.
I really like the show, and if there was somebody with the same energy as Anthony Bourdain, I would like them to bring that person in and kind of redo the show because I think that would be a really fun thing in today's atmosphere.
Be so fun.
Yeah, because I think back in the
Yeah.
day, it was really good, but it's a totally different atmosphere than today now. Traveling around is
Yeah.
so different.
I wish I had a lot of money so I could do that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Because all that stuff is just seems so fun and interesting.
There,
Just being able
there,
to travel.
there's definitely ways you can do it with not that much money, because a family friend, right? They traveled all across the world, and they basically saved up what they could. They knew what they could do. They had friends in different locations, so they would spend nights
Yeah.
there. They were staying, I think, at hostels and stuff. I'm not 100% certain, but it's like you don't have to have a ton of money to do it, but you definitely have to have the time, and you definitely have
Yeah.
to know like people in the area, where to go, um, things to do. Like you have to know. You do have to have some money too, of course. You
Yeah.
gotta like fly over, but yeah, you can definitely like travel. And if you did like a Europe trip, dude, like
I'd love to go to Europe.
with New York, right? New York is pretty much as big as I think Denmark, like Denmark and New York. Oh no, Denmark's smaller. It has to be. But like that's the thing where in Europe, imagine they're all just like small states in the US. Because here you could travel for 2, 3 hours and you're still in New York, right?
Yeah.
But there you travel 2 hours and you're like, oh, you're at the border of another country. You travel
Oh
for
my
2 to 3 hours, you're at a border for another country. Are there any things that you would like to see created, like a book series or
A book series or a
something?
show or something?
Well, I was thinking like a book series that you'd like to see turned into like a show or a
Oh,
movie.
I'm not a big book reader, unfortunately, but I can try to think of something.
I think like so I'm a big D&D guy, right? So a couple
Hmm.
of them would be like my sister used to read all of I think it's The Legend of Dritz. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, is that the drow with a
Hmm.
puma or something? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it's like R.A. Salvador, I think, wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that would be a really interesting like TV series they could come out with, because all the
Yeah.
books do stuff like you could make a movie, but I feel like without enough support, I guess, from the community as a large, I feel like it might
Yeah.
not gain traction. But TV show
Oh.
would be really cool. I have a book series I love called The Dwarves. I just love them so much. It's about a dwarf and he has to go and he thinks he's the only one of his kind in the area, and then things happen and now he's on the hunt for more, right? So
That sounds fun.
it's a really good book. Well, book series, I love it. And I would love to see
Yeah.
some shows about it, a show or a movie, because I think oh, there's just a lot to it. It would be really cool. They came out with a game. There's actually a game for the
Really?
dwarves. Yeah.
I'm gonna search
And
that. It's called The Dwarves.
yeah, the dwarves. I like it. It it's fun. And what I like a lot about it actually is that there's a lot of stuff that you can go in and like do, and it really follows the book pretty closely. So there's
Oh, this
extra
seems
stuff
pretty
you can
cool.
do, and when you do those extra things like interacting with
Or
somebody,
is it kind of like the Overlord? Overlord?
um, I don't think it's
Is
really
it?
like that because you can switch between the control of these different
Oh, okay.
characters, and then you
Okay.
run around and you kind of like you're fighting these hordes with different abilities and things that you're doing, and it's just
That
like
sounds fun.
it feels like top down like dungeon crawler esque game, but it also feels kind of like you're playing D&D while you're running through with them, and
I get you.
it's good. It feels really fun. It's really great. And
You
then they reward you for doing all these extra interactions that were in the books. And I mean, it's just extra interactions, but they give you like experience and stuff like that for talking to somebody that you might have just ignored. And
yeah.
I think it's really cool.
It sounds fun.
Hmm.
Sounds very interesting.
But I would love to see
Um,
it be a show.
how many dwarves are there normally? Is there four or something?
Um, I'm pretty sure there's only three in total, with the main character being one of them. I think his name is
Okay.
Tungdo.
That does sound pretty fun. I like dwarves, and the video game. I just looked at that, and they all seem like really cool, like accurate. Well, at least how I think of
Hmm.
dwarves, like an accurate version of dwarves too, and everything. So it seems really interesting.
I
Um,
I did, yeah. It's one of my favorite book series, so that's why I
see, since we're talking about books, I got idea for a show.
okay.
Honestly, you know that new D&D movie that's coming out?
It looks good.
It does. It looks interesting. I can see it flopping, but I think what they should have done, because they're just creating their own story. I think from what I've gathered from all the trailers, it seems like they're doing their own
Hmm.
story. But what I think they should do for a D&D movie, honestly, is to take a module and turn that into a movie, and the main characters are um like just player characters. Like it's just like characters you've never heard of before. Well, all the
Okay.
characters in the module people have heard of before. So like you know uh the the heist of Waterdeep or something like that. Ever
I
heard of that?
have never heard of that. No.
No. Okay. So the whole module is just like they're it's a giant heist. That's
Okay.
what it is. They're just trying to rob something. But there's a bunch of like characters in that people know. Like one of them's Xanathar the Beholder.
Okay.
So like imagine that, all right? You got your main characters are just like these characters you've never heard of before, but it's classes you know and races you know, all
Yeah.
right? Instead of everyone just being human and elves, you got like I don't know, let's say you get a dragonborn, a dwarf, a couple humans, an elf, all right? That'd be a cool party right there. Everyone's different classes, but everyone's like, "Oh, he's using that ability. Oh, I know that character from the module. That's Xanathar, blah blah blah."
I'm
But
pretty
they go through
sure.
this.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to
No,
interrupt.
you're good.
I just know that
No.
a lot of people were getting mad because of the fact that in the trailer for the new uh, D&D, right, the D&D movie, the
Yeah.
druid turns into an owl bear, which
Yeah,
apparently you're
which is
not supposed
technically
to.
yeah.
But
because it's technically a monstrosity and not a beast.
yeah, to me though, I'm like, still think like, why not? That seems fun.
Yeah,
It's like a
here's the thing that
recognizable
people
thing. Who cares? You can
it's
do homebrew.
I was just about to say that it's people who are too lawyer
Mm-hmm.
like how do you say rule
Rule
lawyers?
lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say lawyery, but like they're just like too stuck on the rules. Which 5e is all about like being
Mm-hmm.
flexible and like just telling a story and allowing homebrew to be easy.
Oh, I
Like
mean,
that's what
it's
sucked
not going
about
to
the
be
older editions,
called
in my opinion.
5e anymore, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
it's called
5e,
D&D 1.
and then there's D&D 1 where it's just going to keep updating, which I think is kind of, I get it. It's kind of interesting,
I
but
hate the name. It's stupid in my opinion.
I think
D&D 1.
they're just trying to go, they're basically saying this is the first version of what they hope to have as like
Yeah.
long-term evolution for this
Which
one
like they're trying to get
thing.
rid of additions, which I get.
Yeah.
But like calling it D&D 1 just sounds like there's gonna be a D&D 2, D&D 3, which is
Yeah.
gonna pretty much be additions.
And I do
That's what it
think that
sounds like to
it
me.
will happen. Like I do think we're gonna have a D&D 2, and people are gonna consider that like a second edition. But I think that's gonna be
Yes.
years and years and years and years away
Yeah.
because they're gonna try to go on this for a while. And what I don't really like about it is the fact that I feel like you should be able to come out with um like newer books and stuff. Sure, it should be something where like you come out with something supplementary to say like, hey, this is how you would convert all these things over to this new system we have, instead of
Yeah.
here's a brand new thing, and then I kind of you'd have to go either get the monster manual for that edition, you'd have to do all this other stuff, where I'm like, if you could just come out with like this base thing, say this is the monster manual, and we're going to come out with multiple monster manuals, and then come out with an additional book to say, hey, this little pamphlet or this book, this will teach you how to take these monsters and convert them to any edition you want.
Yeah.
And I know with people being DMs and stuff are smart enough for it, but I'm like, I want to be a dumb DM that doesn't think that just take info, put here, do this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you had that one shot that you did, right? How did that go? Got any
It went
stories
pretty
from
good.
that?
Let me grab the mini because I made a whole miniature for it because of the idea I had.
Okay.
Um, let me get it quick. All right. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it very well, but does it look good?
It's
Can
blurred.
you see it? How do you fix it?
I think you have to turn the blur off, dude.
Oh,
It's blurring based on everything other than your face. So once it sees the
okay.
face, it unblurs and then it takes a look at the
I don't remember
surrounding
how to
outlines.
unblur it.
Okay, so it's all like, yeah, put your hand behind it, yeah. Is that like a Yeti?
No, it's supposed to be a Cyclops, but you can't really see it. But if I, yeah, I feel bad because you can't really see it. But it's so the whole one shot was everyone made their characters,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to be a 1v1v1v1. So I had 8 people show up, and so everyone went against each other to the death. They were in an orc pit, and they were just like, "Oh, we're all slaves, and now we just gotta do all this for them. We just gotta fight," and that's pretty much what happened. Everyone fought,
And that
and at the
Cyclops
end,
thing was a big bad?
yeah. So everyone who beat the other person, in the end, they had a 1v1v1v1v1. So it was 4 people versus the Cyclops,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end, they still had to kill each other. Like that's the whole premise.
Oh.
But the Cyclops was infected with like this. Like there was these huge like pus balls on his back. His eye was crusted shut, and people were like, "Ew, it's disgusting." So
Yeah.
people were like, "I'm gonna run up and hit it. It's blind." And so when they went up and hit it, as a reaction, its eye opened up, and these parasitic larvae came out of its eye,
Gross,
and
dude.
acid and pus dropped all over this person, taking a little bit of damage. And then these creatures came out of the eyes, and everyone who died, their characters died, got to play these little larva that came out, and they had
Oh,
one objective, and that was to protect the host, and the host was the Cyclops.
I
So
like
it turned
that.
into like this one giant like fight. People were using the same stat blocks for the little larva creatures, but the whole point was just to have everyone die in the end, just because like if they survive, I have to add it into the world, and everyone kind of makes like goofy characters, and my
Yeah,
world was very serious.
yeah,
Um, So it's like, okay, everyone's just gonna die. Everyone can do what they want. Everyone can play what they want. But in the end, they die, and I don't have to worry about it. And then have them going, "Where's my character in the world? Where'd that one shot character go? How is he doing?" Everyone died. So in the
yeah.
end, Darren was the one surviving with the Cyclops. And instead of trying to shoot the Cyclops, he just tried shooting the King. And I had it like that Spartan movie
Okay.
300 where they welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the Sad
Yo!
Boy Club, Alaska.
Alaskan Assassin.
Alaskan
Yo, that's my buddy.
Assassin.
That's my buddy Jay.
I'd like that name. That's a good name. It kind of
But
scared me a little bit. I didn't want to interrupt, so I just wanted to let you keep
no,
going.
no, you good. The end it's just in the end he tried killing the king orc and then got killed.
Is Noah the son of Hodor?
Yeah, that's my nickname that he's given me. Well, that's the title he's given me. Son of Hodor.
I like that. And then when you have a son, what would you name your kid? Like if you had a son.
My kid?
Yeah.
Like an actual name or like
a legit name. What would you name it? Like first name.
let me think.
It could be anything. Dude, it could just be Noah Jr.
That's disgusting. I hate that.
What? Do you hate just the idea of naming
I hate
someone?
the idea of like the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth.
I like the idea. So when I have a
hate
kid, I'm gonna name him James.
I'll lose all respect.
He's
I'll
gonna
jump
be
out my window.
James Edward Goring the second. It's gonna be great.
Mine, I think if it was a boy, I'd name him like I'd want a cool name for him so people would be like, damn.
A cool name? No, dude. You are going to put so much pressure on him with his name. It's gonna be a bad thing. You gotta pick just a normal name that people can't turn into, or that you can have like nicknames for, right? So if you did like Jonathan, it could be John, Jonathan, Johnny, that kind of stuff.
Jonathan's not a bad one. I like Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Maybe like
I would say you want to name somebody like if you're gonna name them, it would be Jonathan instead of just John. Because there's the John. Just because Jonathan can already be shortened to John. So it's like, you're probably going to be calling him John anyway. That's what he might go by. He wants to go by Jonathan. Like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I think I'd go with
William.
Like William.
William's not bad.
Maybe.
Well, if you called him William, he'd be William, son of Noah, son of Hodor.
Son of Hodor.
Which I thought would be pretty good. That's the whole thing. That was my whole bit. I just needed a name, dude.
It just took way too long.
It did.
Worth it, though. Worth it in the end.
Yeah, William's not a bad name, because you could call him Will, you could call him Bill, you could call him Billiam, Ronnie Joe.
What?
Ronnie Joe?
This guy.
Who's Ronnie Joe? Is that what you would name yours?
No. It's my mom's name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could have a son or a daughter named Ronnie Joe, son of Noah, son of Hodor.
Son of... I'm gonna eat this guy, Alaskan Assassin.
You're gonna eat an assassin?
Him. Yeah, dude. I'm son of Hodor. I'm part giant.
Wait, is Hodor part giant?
Yeah. Or
okay.
I think that's the myth around him, or like the legend.
Because I mean, like in the show, you got to see him as a kid, right?
Yeah, and then he goes,
"Hold the door! Hold the door!"
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like when that happened, I was kind of like, I kind of like it. So I like to know that, like, okay, cool, that's where the name came from. I get how it happened, and I kind of hate it because it's like, you're telling me his name came from the dumbest thing. Like,
Dude, it was epic though. He had to hold
no,
the door to save Bran.
it was epic. I'm gonna be honest, like it was good, but I'm also thinking like getting a name from Hold the Door has the similar vibes of when somebody will be going around some dystopian era and be like, "This is the city of Ol Angel," or something weird, right? It'll just be like this weird thing, and it's like Los Angeles, but the L is like off.
Yeah.
So it's,
No, I get
yeah.
you. I just think with Hodor, the whole thing with his name is just like it's a constant reminder that this dude got messed up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like you feel bad for him because like the name's garbage. I hate it.
Yeah.
It came from Hold the Door, but like at the same time, it's just like, man, I feel real bad for this guy. Like his name is Hold the Door
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he had a seizure from Bran. Like it sucks.
And that's kind of where my frustration with it comes, is that I think it's a good thing, like a good twist, and it's really
Yeah.
good and like epic, and the moment is really crazy. But it's one of those things where it comes, like the core of it is so frustrating because you're always wondering, why does he only say Hodor? Why is this?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily this big mind blowing thing.
Magic.
It's like the moment it's happening, you're like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like you're
Yeah.
like into it, and then if you think too deep, like the whole name reveal is kind of a back burner. I feel like, to the
Yeah.
fact that Bran just like traveled through his mind through time.
Which
is
once you start
crazy.
thinking about time, you kind of just like gotta ignore logic when it comes to time
Yeah.
travel and shows. You're just like, that happened. Don't think on it too hard, because then it just won't make sense. Because time travel doesn't make sense, but it's cool. Who doesn't like a good old time travel?
I like time travel.
Time travel is fun, man. That's if magic was real, I'd try to harness the time magic, man. Time magic would be epic.
I mean, I've got all day. Noah's the one that has to go to sleep.
That is true.
Yeah.
He's just upset because I told him I did not like the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, and I went off. He's like, "Dude, it's not that serious. It's not even that bad. I thought it was good." And then I explained it to him. He's like, "Okay, I understand what you're saying now."
I need
I get
to
your-
I need to watch the last season.
Don't. You're
Well,
better off not.
I know people say that, but I need the closure. Even if it's bad closure, I need the closure.
So garbage. So poopy trash.
There's a Starbucks cup. I'm trying to see that. Got anything to say? Sorry you showed up so late, Alaskan Assassin.
I know.
Could have hung out with us.
Alaskan Assassin. I messaged you like, I don't know, about almost an hour ago, and you just showed up.
Ooh, you're getting
Disrespect.
called out.
Disrespectful. You hurt my feelings.
It's nice to have you here, though.
It is.
So,
I'm glad you showed up.
what closing stuff? Anything you want to say?
I hope you liked my my painting, my miniature.
I thought your
I hope everyone liked it.
miniature was okay. I wish I could have seen it better.
Yeah,
You could always take a
my
picture of
camera's
it
kind
and
of garbage.
put it in the Discord. Are you a part of the Sad Boy Discord?
There's a sad boy Discord.
There's a Sad Boy Discord, yeah.
Why would I want to put it on there? Because it's not sad. It's epic.
Why not?
Okay, I'll put it on there.
Yeah.
Just glad to pop in. I was busy adulting. I get you. I'm glad you did pop in.
Always
Here.
nice.
My final say.
Blowing a kiss like that is terrible. In
Why?
the visual medium, it's fine. In the audio, it hurts. It's so bad. All right.
What do you mean? Why are you so mean to me?
Well, it's been fun. We did a lot in Minecraft today. That was crazy.
I know, we did do a lot of... Dude, you got the sweatshirt, and I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I gotta get you yours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Hey,
I forgot it that one day. It was such an early day, dude.
If you just... Next time you go in for work, alright?
Yeah?
If you just go into dicing and just hang it up there, nobody's gonna touch it.
I mean, I can do that if you want. It's gonna smell bad.
I
Like,
don't
it
care.
smells, like, because of the printing stuff.
I don't care. As long as I get it. As long as I get that thing, I am fine.
And then we
Yeah,
can
no,
wear it together.
Minecraft was fun today, though. I had fun doing Minecraft stuff.
I thought we did a really good job. I liked talking about the stuff. We should just watch Knights of Badassdom sometime, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's
Next time we have vacation.
Like a day off.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
I just don't know when we have off.
Well, I hope everybody has a good day and a good week. Yeah.
Kisses goodbye.
Yeah, anything other than that one kiss you did earlier.
Dude, what? People are gonna miss it.